Is this thing on? Hello. How's everyone doing? Let everyone come in here. I don't have a pre-roll thing going on. Yeah, I'm cool like that. I'm way too cool like that. I'm the coolest man around. Something cool, guys. Something. Yep. Let's wait for a minute. It's like weird because I have not done a stream like this in a while again. It's been like a month or two. So yeah, let's start. Welcome everyone. We haven't done a stream like this in a while because, well, last time I cut myself. Well, like cutting myself is not good. No. So today we're like putting on the chill beats, you know, putting on some chill beats and just vibing. So anyways, how's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? Probably well. Other than that, there's not much been going. There hasn't been much going on lately compared to like last week. To be honest, I had like a few days where I did different things. Had 2 Pathfinder sessions. One was really long, like 7 hours. Longest session I've ever played, I think. That was nuts. Like actual playtime 7 hours. That was like actually crazy. So today we are going further on this mini, on the good old pirate Captain Edda that I have flying around here, which is one of my campaign villains. And today we're doing the base coloring of a few things. I'm looking for a few things right now, which I have a few ideas for. So we need a few browns, I think. Need this flat brown, and I think I need earth, and I think I need this chocolate brown. I think I need these 3. I need to do a few things on like the scabbards and the log pistol over there. If it focuses, it will focus at some point. I think it worked before. It actually focused kind of fast before. There it is. Like there's like a lot of leather on this. The gloves, I'm not 100% sure if they will be normal leather color or if I will do them a little bit. No, I have a few ideas. Anyways, we are going a bit crazy today. Yes, absolutely nuts. We are, first of all, I don't know if this one has like a ball. Regardless, I've been doing fine. I haven't actually done any work on the Nuzlocke hack, which I will need to do until Wednesday. So tomorrow I will try to get that to work, other than like other stuff I will do in the afternoon. And other than that, I've been like fine. I've been doing things. I've been working on like my setting, which I'm preparing. I was like, there was like a little bit of dust on the brush, which is bad. Anyways, I've been like working. I think I said that last stream on like a setting for my Pathfinder campaigns, like truly homebrew stuff, and that got me into like writing a lot, like absolutely a lot. Why is this brush so fucked up? Bro. But yeah, it's like okay. Regardless of that, I've been like working, writing, optimizing that world. I have like a few ideas. There will be like 1 or 2 art streams where I will try out some concepts. Workshop a bit of stuff. We will get some ideas in from the viewers. Like there will be like a world building stream. I think that will be like kind of interesting. I just love world building sometimes. Sometimes I have like a really hard time doing world building, and then like sometimes I feel like very, very liberated and love going on a writing spree for like 2 days. The problem is what I always said with like everything I do. I am very bad at gauging myself with stuff. Like there's like this like problem I always have where I like have fun with something and then I do it like for 2 days non-stop and then I'm done with it, you know, which is kind of crazy that that didn't happen for streaming actually. Like in all actuality, I thought like with like the streaming thing that would have lasted way shorter, but hey. Oh fuck. That is something that should not happen. But I'm at the moment on the part where I love doing writing and world building. I've like actually like overhauled a few species for that setting, like a lot of overhauling. Not gameplay wise at the moment, just lore wise. Because of Pathfinder, like for example, elves are like basically have like alien eyes, like these big black eyes, and they're like basically they came from like another world because they wanted to survive the apocalypse. At least in 2nd edition and 1st edition, I think I don't know if in 1st edition they were born on the planet, but yeah. So I did like a little bit of rewriting where they are like not immortal people, but they're like where elves actually are, I wrote them a little bit different in the regard that the elves are, first of all, a bit more feline. Not like cat folk, like not full on feline, but they have like some feline features. For example, very, very sharp eyes. And then also, what I also did is like I made them like I went hard on like the idea that elves wanted longevity, but they in that setting they hadn't. So what they did was they had like 100 years, and they found it was short. So with the adaptability of magic, they were like basically trying to become immortal by abusing vampirism, because they thought they could handle it on a large scale. Spoilers, they didn't, and then their patron deity came and said, okay, look, you do me a solid and I do you a solid. You kill all the vampires, and if you do, like, uncorrupted people, I will see that you can rebuild. And so what they did was they killed all the vampires, which was nearly all the people, like all the elves, until like a few thousand were left. And then they the patron deity said, okay, you did that. There's still vampires amongst you, but because some of you are like not willing to die for my whims. And so the following: I will clear vampirism, but if you try to strive for immortality again, I will smite you. I will kill you. You will have very bad fate. Like you will not die instantly. You will not explode. But karma will punish you very, very hard. And then the elf said, okay. And then he said, okay, I will remove the vampirism of everyone, but also there's another thing I want you to do. Oh, no, I'm Gage. Okay. I'm talking about my new setting that I'm writing. And then, like, the elf patron deity said, okay, you wanted to become, like, immortal through vampirism, elves, and you fucked that up, and also you fucked up your society. I will do the following. You don't cherish your society enough. So first of all, if you get vampirism, you die. That's, like, easy. Vampirism kills you now. You don't get up again. Good job, elves. And then also all elves, like you little fucks, you know. You thought you were very smart with getting immortal. You don't cherish your lifespan enough. So I will half it. So elves in that setting become only like 50 years old. At most, and then they die. They basically like age the same, so like out of the like 50 years they have, 18 are like of like becoming an adult. Like they are basically like human in growth, but they only live to 50. So at max like 40 more likely. So basically half your life is growing up and the other half is like making somewhat of your life, and other than that you're dead. You're going into wherever you go. Also, like, for that setting, Gara, how are you doing, my dude? Also for that setting, I thought I would be like a very smart ass and steal from the Japanese and make, well, I don't, not 100%, but like I made orcs more boar-like instead of making them actual green men with tusks. Like, have a reason why they have tusks, you know? And humans are not from that world, which is also something I wrote, because I said, okay, I don't want a human populace again. I hate when fantasy settings are like, okay, we are basically 90% humans because a human wrote us. I don't want that anymore. I'm like still hung up on one idea. A friend of mine and a player of mine suggested one thing, which I'm not 100% sure about still. Is he like the next setting he wants to play, he doesn't want to have small, like the smaller, more like well, not joke races, but like the more whimsy races, like goblins and gnomes and halflings. And I tend to agree somewhat that it would be interesting to have a setting that doesn't have them, because I don't want to like make space for the hobbits every time. I just don't want to like necessarily write them as, oh, they don't exist. I want to like either do something interesting with them. What? Why? Why 80 to 100? What the hell? Did they increase prices again? You know what's funny, Gara? Like, actually, we know each other now, and I know that's like it's weird to say, but like we know each other for, let me think, since 2022, like for like more than 3 years now. And I think you were like one of my very first viewers. No, not 6. 4. 2022 is when I started streaming. I know that I only did the DS randomizer, and after the DS randomizer I streamed Cyber Sleuth, and that's when you joined. And also one other viewer who like unfollowed me all of a sudden. I remember that very much, because at the start I was very distressed about that, because I had like 2 viewers that were like regularly watching my Cyber Sleuth gameplay. All of a sudden one left, and to this day don't know why. I'm not hung up about that anymore. It's just a new experience. I'm very, very like much like Bambi on ice when I'm in new situations. Very, very like insecure. So yeah, but I remember like that guy's name. It was like Machine Dramon. I think 600 something. And like you were like one of the first 2 viewers I had like on the regular. And then after that, I did I do Cyberpunk after? No, Cyberpunk was way after, right? But Ilorox came in like after a while, yeah. But yeah, you were like one of my first regulars, which is like kind of thing. But we never talked up to this point, like in person. Like, of course, we talked. We talked like on chat and stuff like that, and we were like on Discord once. I remember that also when we watched the Cleopatra movie. I think you were on like there on mobile, if I remember correctly, with our best man Hans Caesar. But yeah, it's kind of nuts how time flies, actually. We need to paint the boots. You know what I like about minis like this, like the Hero Forge minis? They're like standard, they're like way taller than others. Like I realized this, like look at it, like look at this, like from another builder, right? They're like a head higher. Yeah, we at some point we could hang out together if I feel like we know each other for like a very long time. Like the Hero Forge minis are like so tall. They remind me of Warhammer models because like if you compare sizes, they're like, again, this is like from another builder, and I feel like it's like one head taller. It's like not massively, but it gives like the model so many things to like give it more detail, you know. But yeah, today I'm just vibing, dude. I'm just chilling. I wanted to do, I was like thinking about doing art still instead of like mini painting, but then I said, nah, I'm doing mini painting now. I promised that so many times. We need to do mini painting. We haven't done mini painting in a few weeks, so especially since VTuber model, I haven't done mini painting, which is like a month already. And I have to say, since I became like a VTuber model, I feel like since I went VTuber model. Okay, woman singing in my ears. How about we turn you a little bit down? Holy shit. Like this. Okay. Okay, that's a bit too quiet. South Park collab. Yeah, I feel like a little bit more confident in like some other things I'm doing on stream, so I really like that. Like that is like a very big benefit of this. Also that I don't need to like think about camera and appearance. Well, of course, there's like some kinks to it. I need to work out a few things to like the VTuber model. Like let's be real, right? There's like some tracking issues and stuff like that. It's very basic still, but we're working on this. As I said, this is like very work in progress. We have not rigged the more edited model, which has like a lot of like fine things being like worked around, eye size, hair behavior and stuff like that. We're like re-rigging that at in the next few streams on Mondays, so we're working on that model, which I think is like interesting content because most VTubers don't do that, right? They're not like, oh yeah, here's my model, I'm rigging that. That's how it works. Because I'm also not like very scared that someone copies this. Because at this time where like some would want to copy this, I think I'm on a new model. But yeah, the South Park collab, we should look out for that one, right? The good old South Park collab, dude. I to this day, I know the joke is that my character looks like very flat in that regard, and I realize that, but saying it's like pure South Park is a bit. I know it's a meme. It's a meme. I'm not getting too hung up on this. But yeah. South Park character, ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. It's so bad that we wiped on the last platinum run. We need to redo that on Wednesday. Again, without the grind up to the point where we were. I think the grind is part of it, of a playthrough. I feel like it's like part of it to show how annoying it is with like each gimmick. But it's the same with taking shortcuts in the DS1 runs, right? Like in the DS1 runs, as I've said like multiple times, like I don't have a problem with like inbound skips like Priscilla, where like nobody gets anything out of me going into the stupid fountain thing and getting killed by the bone wheels for the umpteenth time. Like I'm not even having souls at that point. Like I don't get anything from this. Like I would have just wasted like every time 3 minutes, so on like 20 weapon runs, an hour of your time by just running there 20 times. Still need to do a ranking on the weapons, however. That is like something I still need to do. I promised I would do that, and I will still do that. That I rank them a little bit, saying like which one is the best, which one is like the worst, which one, in my opinion, put a little bit ahead from the others. And I think if I would have done that a little bit better, my ranking would have looked a lot different, to be honest. There's like some weapon runs where I've not done things optimally, and I could have done them way more efficiently, even though, like, for example, the entire thing with like getting the weapons to plus 15, right? Some weapons, that was like totally overkill for. Like, there's no reason why I leveled, for example, the ultra great swords to that high of a level, because I didn't get anything out of that. I maybe like saved one hit. It's like 3 seconds per boss, but I grinded for like an hour to get like the weapons up. There were like some weapon runs where I overdid the grinding. Same with like the magic run, by the way. The magic run, I think I could have like shaved off at least half an hour if I did not do the Hydra as the very first thing to like get the crown. I think there were like some bosses I could have easily killed without it, and then like gone to the Hydra a little bit stronger. But then again, it did not take that much time after I understood what to do. On which one I did, which one was it where I did that the exact same way? Was it Crossbow? I think Crossbow was the one where I did Hydra also with the fire bombs. Also, I found out there is a possible way to do only consumables, but either if I do that only with glitches, which is like the Kallax skip, where you can skip past Kallax there. Or I would need to see if we get like some co-oping going on. Or, last but not least, I could see if I could get the knives to the Kallax fog wall without despawning by myself. Khalid Kashmiri arrives. Good evening. How's the weather and grind going? The weather is... In Germany, it's been very warm the last few days. Very warm. And now it started, like, the last few days we had, like, from time to time a little bit of thunder, at least where I live. And after thunder we had rain, so we have very high humidity. Very high humidity at the moment, dude. It's like I would like sweat myself to death if I would do sports right now. So that's the first coating of the cuffs here. We need to... Is there like another thing that I need to do this? Theoretically, no. I'm thinking what color to give like this part. Nah, it's not that humid. It's like very humid. We have like, I can tell you how much humidity we have. Give me 1 second. Silver is too bright, I think. We have like precipitation. Wait, what is precipitation? Is that... So at the moment we have 86% humidity. Okay. 86% right now. We have like a lot at the moment. I don't know what is normally the humidity, but that's what we have right now. Okay, precipitation is for rain. Okay. Today I learned. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what to do up here on the inside of the code. Yeah, it's like, it's very humid. It's like the problem is we have like in like North Rhine-Westphalia where I live, you have like very many like valleys and hills, so the humidity is just like swamping here. It's like in general the problem in Germany. I was thinking about emerald green actually. The problem in Germany is at least like in Celsius. I don't know what it's in Fahrenheit, but in Celsius it's like not the hottest. It's like 35 in like the summer max usually. Like it's very high. It's if it goes to like 40 degrees Celsius, which is still very hot, but not like as hot as like Turkey, Spain, stuff like that. But we have like a problem with humidity, and then like like it's like we have so much humidity. It's like not the bad part is not the heat. Like if I go to like countries like Turkey or Spain where it's like more dry, I can live with the heat very well, but as soon as I'm in Germany with like the humidity, bro, I fold. I'm 100% honest. I just fold. It's like awfully humid. Like in like the like the summer, if you just move during the summer, like when it's very humid, very hot, especially after rain, it's like you suffer from like swamping everywhere. Like there were like streams where I was just like sitting there, and I have like very good it's like at the moment, like for example, I'm just sitting, right, and just painting stuff. Exactly. It's like we're just sitting here. I'm just sitting here. I would be painting, and I would be sweating like crazy because it's like so humid. It's so weird. Which is like why it's so when we do like marathons and half marathons, they're like usually during like the early summer where it's like warm ideally but not too hot, and where like the weather is within like the best without like all the summer storms, which we have like usually like in late August. So that, and like in October we do that as well, because then like we are like on like a cool down phase. So yeah, it's like very, very, sometimes it's like very awful with like the humidity here. Like couple that with like the high chance of rain we have usually during like throughout all the year, and like that is like a concoction of disaster. Okay. Yeah. I hate that combo. It's like as soon as it's like super humid and it rains, you just, I don't know, you just go, guess I'll die. I'm amazed how I did the exact same color twice. I mean, yeah, that's basically what they do, right? It's basically that. Like it's like boiling water, like that. It's just people being people, you know. Sometimes you're just sitting there and say, "Guess I'll die." Oh god. It's been over a little bit too much, but we will We'll iron things out later. Insert Thanos snap here. Bro, it's like, I find it so funny how many Marvel memes exist. But am I mistaken? But nobody talks about Marvel anymore, somehow. We've gone past the Marvel craze. I think we're like in the last stretches, and I mean like really last stretches of the entire superhero phase, and we're going into another phase again. Because superheroes are starting to like phase out a little bit, I feel like. We had especially like with like The Boys, I'm waiting for till Doomsday. Yeah. It's like with Thank you. Oh. Oh. Oh my god, stream went down. Sorry. What the hell happened? Sorry. My internet was gone for like a second. That was unusual. Very, very sorry about that. But what I was about to say was like, with like The Boys ending soon, like the only thing in the actual zeitgeist of like superheroes, which like everyone is talking about is Invincible. Oh no! Oh baby. So yeah, like Invincible is one of the things that is like showing up consistently. And other than that, it's like I don't know what's in the superhero zeitgeist right now. I think people are at the moment more talking about Star Wars again, but that is I think only due to Mandalorian Grogu coming soon. I never got into Marvel, to be honest. I always like DC heroes a bit more. And I just couldn't get like past the Marvel humor. I find it like like when it hits, but like cringeworthy when it misses, and I'm just not a big fan. Maybe like after all these years, I grew past the mantra I have, and I should just like start reading Marvel again, give it a second chance, but yeah. I also wonder, actually, I ask myself, what's the next big thing? What is like the thing we will live through our next decade of lives in terms of entertainment? I just hope it's not zombies again. Then, like, again, we have like mascot horror at the moment, which is like become more prevalent, and I don't want mascot horror to be a thing as well. Mascot horror is so... Like, did anything come, like, people are hyping up Doomsday. I actually don't have a problem with the idea of an Iron Woman. Like, it's like with Batwoman or something like that. It's just like, okay, let's appeal to like the other gender, right? Like, let's appeal to like women, which is, in my opinion, not a bad thing necessarily. Like the idea of appealing in general to like another crowd is not like bad necessarily, right? I think you cannot retell the same story over and over and over and over again. In my opinion, you can beat like the Green Goblin and the Kingpin so much, or the Joker or Two-Face, or insert your villain here without it becoming boring, right? Let's mix some yellow in that to make like the highlights a little bit more pronounced. I mean, yeah, but like I'm wondering still what the next big thing is gonna be, because I feel like it will be either something about AI, because we're moving into the territory where like movies are like, oh, look at this, it's AI, gar, right? But yeah, I don't want it to be like the one topic. Bro, is the song we're listening to about a guy who's becoming a hobo? That was a bit too much color. Need a little bit of like thinning here. I don't want it to like cover too well. To be honest, I would love to have a good movie about an AI uprising again. We had them very much in the early 2000s and the 80s and stuff like that, and I want them back. There's like I just love my Space Odysseys and my iRobots. Well, iRobot not so much, because I find iRobot to be a bit uncanny with the weird CGI, but yeah. Which is like kind of the point, that they look uncanny, but... I find them really good. I just want some good movies that are like a bit more critical about AI. I mean, the internet is doing its job right now with like AI criticism. And I think, again, like, AI used in a in a good way is entertaining. It's good. I'm not ashamed to say I'm a Neurosummer fan. I've been for like over a year now, way over a year, and I'm happier for it. I'm very entertained by this. But I have to say, like, as someone who likes to do art, I understand everyone who's frustrated with it, because like most AIs are sourcing from artists, especially the art AIs. They're sourcing from artists their art without like any like consent, and the companies creating those AIs are hiding behind the veil of, well, you cannot prove it's your art that we sourced. And while you cannot prove that, we're not giving you access to it to like give you the proof, which makes them more guilty, in my opinion. Which is like the main point, right? Which is why they're not doing that. Which is why they're not saying anything about that. And that makes me, as an artist, angry, very angry. I'm frustrated, actually, because it's like so unfair to like everyone who spends the time learning art. And like when I see it sweep into my hobbies more and more, especially in like the sense of, as I said multiple times, with like me like as a DM, right? Like seeing people on the internet DM by using AI and like see creativity die, and like people willingly let creativity die, right? Not putting the time in, not trying to learn it under like the umbrella of, yeah, I don't want to waste the time and I don't want to invest the time but be good. Yeah, okay, I get that. I get that like people want to be good at something but not invest the time. I'm like, I understand everyone who has that plight. But like, it's not bad to not be good at something. It's like, that makes us more diverse, right? And that is what annoys me so much about AI in general. It's like, where it just like intrudes on like the space and devalues every effort everyone else in the space has done. And that's when it annoys me. I don't give a rat's ass if someone like spell checks with an AI, right? I don't give a rat's ass if someone if someone like optimizes the wording in an email. Like, that's like small fries, but destroying and like actually stealing to benefit like your company, I feel like is like disgusting, I have to say. And again, like, there's some AIs that fall under this. And again, I'm very hypocritical about this because, again, I love Neurosummer. Neurosummer is also streaming, which is like intruding on another space. But at least, like, you have the chance to, like, say, no, I'm not watching this. This is not entertaining, right? With, like, AI art, it's like, nowadays it's everywhere. And it's drawing people out of the space. Neuro's not doing that. Like, because it's not like, oh, I use AI to make something and intrude on your space. No. I watch what the little AI says, and if it's funny, it's funny. Otherwise, I would like, I don't know, jerk it to hentai or something like that. What did you write? You're ready to see the AI fruits. AI fruits doing this stuff. I mean, the new Kamen Rider show uses AI, but it's mostly as a glitch stream, etc. I think, for example, in the workshopping phases of projects, I don't condone the use of AI, right? Like, if you, for example, which game was it? Was it Black Desert or whatever? Where they had like textures, like leftover textures on like billboards or whatever it was, on info boards that had like non-factors, and they left it in on accident, and then they edited that out instantly. I think I can live with that better. Yeah, Battlefield as well. I stopped playing Battlefield. Like, it annoyed me. Every time I started the game, it was advertising me a pack that had like a shittily AI generated sticker for a gun that looked like ass. Because like the guns had 2 barrels. The honeycomb was not hexagonal, but like had like 5 edges, which does not make sense. And then like had 4, and then like had 6. Like it was obvious AI. The stickers were like weirdly drawn. They had like weird effects on them. It was obviously AI prompts. And again, I am heavily in the opinion, I say that again and again, as much as I love the Battlefield series and have very many years of fun with the Battlefield series, but Battlefield 6 became, in my opinion, less enjoyable, and I say that with like 100% honesty, less enjoyable for me than 2042. I have to say that. In the end, like, which is why I didn't stream it anymore. I played it offline, and I'm not even kidding. I am logged in like 4 or 5 weeks. You know why? Because I logged in to do like shittily AI generated and 100% AI prompted tasks every week. And then I logged off and didn't play for a week. Why am I doing this? Not the same with Space Marine 2, because in Space Marine 2 I had like goals. I still want to play some Space Marine 2. At the moment I just have seen all the missions. I don't need to like play more. I have the weapons I want. I've seen all the missions. I don't need to unlock everything. I couldn't give a shit about the skins, even though like they look cool. Like if I get them, that's nice. If I don't, I'm not crying. But I at least give more of a shit than like in like a third-person game than a first-person shooter. I couldn't give a shit how like my character looks. If I have a skin or like a skin is easily gettable, then of course I'm obtaining it, right? Like easy. But I'm not a guy who's like, oh, there's like the blue skin I will never use on my soldier that I need to unlock now. No, I'm not doing that. If it looks like ass, it looks like ass. I'm not 15 anymore. I don't have OCD, and I'm not scared of missing out on stuff. Same with like the Red Bull bullshit again. Like when they did the second Red Bull Cup thing, right? And they said, okay, you're now driving a motorcycle and you get like a Red Bull sticker. I'm like, yeah, FOMO, right? And that's like one of the reasons why I didn't enjoy World of Warcraft raiding anymore. Because, oh, there's a pigeon. Hello, pigeon. Go away. This is for the magpies. The pigeon wants to take the nuts from the magpies. 1 second. I need to clap in my hands, and I muted myself for like a millisecond. But like World of Warcraft rating, right? To this day, 100%. I'm like 100% honest. World of Warcraft rating, right? How it worked is like in back in the day, way at like when like Naxxramas and stuff came out, right? In Wrath of the Lich King. They're like the model achievement, and those achievements are the best ever, and the hard modes. Because they were like, okay, beat the raid on the gear you need the raid for. Like, without like having maxed gear. And then like the same with kill all of them, and with no one dying. And I think these are way better approaches to a game than Ahead of the Curve. Which, when the next content is, the content is worthless. Like, you only go into old content when you want the gear. And Final Fantasy did it a little bit better with like, oh yeah, you can go into old content, help other players and get stuff from this. Better approach. But I'd still say 100% with like the stat syncing, it's still better than like any other form of World of Warcraft repeatable content by far. And I hate FOMO. I just hate FOMO. Why do I need to buy? I'm sorry for ranting right now. I need to get new colors. Why do I need? Why do I need a battle pass that is time gated and need to buy it for 15 euros or 10 euros, or if you do all of the other battle pass stuff, you get it for free. But like you have to invest 10 euros once to get like a timed battle pass, and if you don't do it, the next one costs you 10 euros again. This is like so mean spirited. I hate that shit. I'm not putting up with that anymore. I just don't. I just don't want to put up with that anymore. If I acquire Battle Pass, I want to have it forever. It's my Battle Pass, right? Nobody gives a rat's ass if I need like 100 weeks to complete it. And that's like the main thing. And then like half of the shit is AI generated. Like 100%. 100%. And the goals of the pass are AI generated, which is why they adjusted all the challenges. Like, if you go into Battlefield now, you realize that all of the challenges, which include weapons, have been adjusted. Because everything was like, kill 10 people with X. But now I think shotguns is like 7, sidearms is 5, DRMs is I think also 7, I think. Snipers I don't know. But it was like everything was adjusted, right? And like you're like, oh cool, everything is adjusted. That's nice. But 100% what they did was make us challenges, AI, on this code basis, make us challenges for the main weapons, which make us challenges for the weapons, for like kills and like kills. Main weapons are like main weapons are like double as powerful as sidearms, so please double the number of kills. You get 5 to 10 kills on average during a match. Make it so that like you get the like in a short match, and 10 in a long match. Make it so that you get in like 1 long or 2 short matches, get the challenge done. Then it like spit out like 12 and or like 12 and something, and then like they round it down. That is like how it happened, 100%. And then they said, okay, well, that is like too long for some people. Let's make them kills and assists. This is how the shit happened with repair vehicles. I think that's my biggest gripe about Battlefield. Sorry, I'm talking about Battlefield so much, but like we had they prompted, we have an engineer class. It can do it can repair any kind of vehicle and tank. And vehicles have so and so health. Make it so that the engineer, to get this task, has to like fully repair like 10 vehicles, right? And they were like, oh yeah, with vehicles we mean like tanks, because there's like absurd numbers on that, like 3,000 health. And then they are like, no, it's a vehicle. A vehicle is only a car or a transport vehicle, not a tank. And that is like why these challenges are so ass. Like literally, there's like random numbers everywhere. It's like 100% so many challenges are like a frame put into like a range or like an increment and like a damage number, and that's how they calculated that. I cannot imagine any other way. I cannot imagine why we have like ranges like kill people with assault rifles for above 40 meters. What is 40 meters? Like that's like, I would get 30 because 30 is slightly higher than 25. I get 50 because that's like a nice even number, but 40? Like out of if I would like put up to a vote under like 2,000 people from like 10, 20, 30 or 40 and 50, which number they would pick for like a challenge with a range, the outliers would be 10 and 40 would be the least. 100%. People would pick 30 and 50, then 20, then 10, then 40. 40 is like such a weird number. It's the unloved cousin of 60. Sorry for ranting so long on like Battlefield stuff, but like it's really frustrating to me. I like that people are defending this. Like, yeah, it will be better. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Like, same with like Invincible, the Invincible fighting game that came out, right? Bro, do you know how shocked I was when I learned that the Invincible fighting game is a full price game? Like Invincible Versus. Exactly, but people are like acting yeah, but now they did the thing that I was like expecting to happen, where they say, no. Look at what's the space game? The Sony space game. What's it called? The one that was like so hyped, and then like they flopped it so bad, and then it's like 7 years, and now it's good. Well, now it's over 10 years, but hey, what's the one? That indie game. No Man's Sky. Thank you. Now everyone is like, look at No Man's Sky. It did the same. It was ass at the start, and now it's good. And I'm like, bro, that's not an excuse. Like, making your shitty, like a game shitty on purpose because you're like trying to save time, and then like saying, yeah, we will be like No Man's Sky is not a good defense. Like, there's like so dumb people out there in that regard. But with Invincible Versus, bro, you know what I thought at the beginning? Like, actually, when I saw the trailers and like everyone like oh, this reveal trailer and this reveal trailer, and like saw that like none or like only a small amount of the voice cast from the show is actually in the game. Exactly, 80% of indie games are peak. You know what I well, if we pick out the slot that is like random ass like short form hentai games that have like basically a cutscene where like a girl gets done the deed to. But like when I saw the Invincible game, I thought it was a mobile game. Like, actually 100% I thought it was a mobile game. And I'm not even kidding. With like the 3 supers it has and like the simple like fight structure, right? And like it screamed for me like you tap and like hit people with like very simple combos and like quick movements of the finger. I thought that was the gameplay. And then all of a sudden they say, no, it's a full price game. And I was like, dude, like half the voice cast is not there. I mean, the JoJo games don't have the voice cast as well for like most of their games. But first of all, Joseph's voice actor is dead. There's like, as long as like the Japanese don't create necromancy, like full-on necromancy, that guy's not coming back. Second of all, most of the JoJo games that came out in recent years have been out for longer than the respective dubs came, right? There's probably like really high quality porn games out there, but like with Invincible games, it's like, I'm sorry, it was like, it's the Invincible game. Like, sorry, it looks like Fortnite. It like, I know what the art style they're going with, but it looks like, from someone who has not played it, very, very much emphasizing that, because like before, like someone says in like 10 years, but he has never played it. Yeah, I haven't played it. I'm 100% sure about that. But like, it looks from an outside perspective, and I love Invincible. Like, it's not because it's Invincible. I love Invincible. Really big fan of Invincible. Like, read the comics beforehand. Really, really like watch every episode of the show. Like, I'm really, 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 really into Invincible. but like that game looks choppy as fuck. It looks like really like a demo. It looks like a fan game. Like the game itself, when the fights are going on, looks like a Mugen hack. And I'm not like I'm not lying in this. I'm like 100% like it looks like Mugen. Because the animations are so choppy. It looks like very much like Street Fighter 2. But like in the worst modern way. I don't know why. I just don't jive with the style. And Street Fighter 6 also has like very choppy combat. Like the combat feels very like 0-1, right? With like Mortal Kombat, yeah, of course you have like always 0-1 with like fighting games, right? Because you have like character hurtbox and hitbox meet, boom, 0 turns to 1, damage applies, right? But if I think about like stuff like Guilty Gear or like even Mortal Kombat, the combat feels like more like your character flows better. While Street Fighter always felt like it doesn't matter if like MK1 gave you depression. It's like MK1, like Mortal Kombat in general, feel a bit more like the weapon, the fighting flow is a bit better. While Street Fighter always felt like a little bit like I'm hitting and my character does like 0-1. Like of course he has like wind up frames, blah 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 blah. But like it feels like, for example, if I say Ryo, right? This is Ryo now. If I kick, like Ryo does not do like crazy like hooah. He does like usually like the quick kicks, like the jabs and stuff like that. They go on like you start here and all of a sudden this, right? You're like damn. It's like the fight is not like if this were like legs, right? It's not like hooah and then like hooah. Where like Mortal Kombat is like doing like these altering kicks. Like Street Fighter is always like kick, 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 right? It's like very, very choppy. And that's fine. Some games are like that. Marvel vs. Capcom is like that very much. And people love Marvel vs. Capcom. But like for the invincible fighting, especially if you see the cutscenes are like so well animated. I have to say, like you realize where the budget went. And it feels like it went into the cutscenes for like a, by the way, like less than an hour story mode. Because it's like an episode. But yeah. Which is full of plot holes because Mark meets Conquest. Before he meets Conquest. And it's canon apparently, which doesn't make sense. Because then he would not know Conquest. But yeah, it's like very choppy. I don't know. I just don't jive with it. And then like the voice acting, like I'm sorry to say, and I in theory love the voice actor for like Alan the Alien in like the game. Like in the game, Alan's voice is actually kind of bad. He sounds like he's way too much trying to imitate Joe Allen. And like if you listen to like the intro dialogues, it's like the guy's like trying to like, hey, let's talk like this, to like imitate the sometimes like gruffy voice, but also try to imitate how Joe Allen sounds, and it just does not work at all. And again, huge Invincible fan. I have to say that because people take offense with that take. And I know, I would not pay 50 euros for this. I'm saying this. Especially with like the game releasing and then like there's like instantly like 4 skins worth another 40. That are not included in the premium edition. Where I'm like, dude, why? Like, it feels like very much like a cash grab in the worst way. And I heard people like the game very much for like its like technicalities and stuff like that. And I respect them all for that. But like, I think it's, I don't know, it doesn't feel refined enough for me. Power to everyone who loves it, but not me. You know what I'm dreading? The next game, NetherRealm, is like someone leaked, quote unquote. I feel like leaking has become more like a corporate way of saying here's like some info, but it's just there to like preempt the hype. Most leaks are on purpose. We've lost the meaning of the word leak, which is annoying to me. But anyways, most of the stuff that leaks, well, let's talk about the leak first. That the next game will be Injustice 3. And I hope it will be Injustice 3 because I love Injustice. But the problem with Injustice 3 is that we will, if we get Injustice 3, I'm dreading what happens after Mortal Kombat 1. Which, in all honesty, I hope that we get the... For Injustice, I can see the summons that Mortal Kombat has way more than for Mortal Kombat. Like, if we rename the mechanic entirely, I think we can get, like, something really good out of this. You know what I mean? Like, instead of, like, calling it, like, cameos, if you call them sidekicks, like, 100%, I'm, like, 100% honest in this, call them sidekicks, and problem is solved. Like, but have actual sidekicks as, like, the sidekicks, and not, like, actual guys, you know? For example, if you mean to like make If you mean to like make this like a very good mechanic, for example, you don't need a slot for Robin and Nightwing, right? But make a slot for Nightwing and have Robin be a sidekick, who does like Nightwing stuff. We have gone into like multiversal stuff already since the first game. Let's do like this. I don't need like 5 variations of Batman. Also, one funny thing, can we talk about how of the Fighters roster, right? I know, another fighting game, but of the Dragon Ball Fighters roster, a third are like Goku now. I think even more. I think there's like, if you call Gogeta and Vegito like Goku variants, because they have like very Goku, like he has like, well, what do you call a Goku, right? But like, I mean, I don't care if like, well, what does it mean? I don't care. That's also wrong. But it's like bizarre to have like the same character so many times on the roster. So Fighters does not have transformations, which is like the main thing why there's so many Gokus. That being said, like 100% being said, it's bizarre to have so many Gokus. Because they're all called the same, right? But they do different things. So for example, base Z Goku plays very different to like any other Goku. Like very, very different. The strings are not the same. The moves are not the same. So I cannot say, oh yeah, no. It's like another Goku, right? It's like the same character. He's called Goku, but he's different, right? Same with like Gogeta and Vegito. I would not call them Gokus. Because they're not Gokus. They're like Goku Vegeta mixes because they're fusions. But they have like very unique movesets. The only thing that they share with Goku is like a part of the name. Other than that, they behave differently, they play differently, they have different play styles. You put them into different things, you have different like positions, you have different combo strings. They're like very different characters, right? So I don't get the like there's so many Goku hate, but I know that people want to see other characters than like another variation of Goku. Even though the numbers don't lie, the Goku variants are like some of the most played characters of all time, like of all of them. But that is only the reason because the Gokus are like, most of the Gokus are DLC and most of the Gokus are like fucking good. Like both GT and base Goku, right, are like so good, like absolutely bastardly good, right? Because they have for a long time they had like some of the best combo finishers of all of the characters in the cast, because the Spirit Bomb did so many hits. It's like the same thing with Gold Lewis in Strife. The reason why Gold Lewis is so good is of course because he has like so much mix-up potential. He's like mix-up man. But one of the main reasons he's also so good, and this is just a little hint from good old man, is because of his minigun. Because the minigun basically, for example, if you have a minimum damage and the diminishing return stops at some point, and the minimum damage on the minigun is like still a lot. It's like still like what, 8% damage or something like that. So you can like on most characters, it's like characters have HP in Strife, so yeah, you do like so many hits, it's like a lot of damage for most characters still. And then you start going into the territory of what some players call being busted in terms of like combo enders. The problem is that most characters that win tournaments are of course like characters that have are very meta, right? But remember like the tournament, which one was it, before I think Asuka was announced, where where the Rogue pick Gold Lewis came out and they shredded with that. Like that Rogue pick came out of nowhere and they won like basically the tournament because of that. Because nobody knew how busted Gold Lewis is. Because of the high ceiling caps, It doesn't matter like what you want to play or what is meta. It's only like, okay, can this counter? And like, of course, meta matters very much in terms of like viability and stuff like that, right? But it's like, okay, everyone is like on such a similar playing field in like the very high tiers of like the games that like what you do with this and your knowledge is like the main weapons you have. And if you have like a rogue pick, you see that so often how people fumble against rogue picks. Remember that one tournament where like Jekko won, and Jekko was well, people said like all of a sudden Jekko is top tier, which is like right, but before that Jekko was okay. Like nobody played her. Way too much danger for like the usage you got out of her. Like by far. She was not like Exa Jekko, right? Where you could like spam your little facilities and just murder you could just murder like someone with like minion spam. You could not do that. But like what Jekko did was like with a minion pickup, your defenses, right? But like the strings you could pull off if you execute perfectly are so good, but they're not worth the risk. That's like the main thing when you pick like in like high play, you pick like a main, right? It's not about like necessarily if you can play with them well. Usually you can play like most characters to a certain degree well if you put like hundreds on hours into labbing. But the main thing is just like how you use those characters and what is your own brew of like how you can like use the enemy's knowledge and the enemy's preparedness for the character. That's like the main thing. It's not about the, oh, this character has this tool belt. Yeah, everyone has a tool belt. But like, for example, Justin Wong picks Chun-Li because he's like most comfortable with her. And he's like awesome with her. But like, after a while, everyone is like so much on the same skill sitting. Look at like the compilations where you get Staigo parried. And that happens fairly regular nowadays because like people got better at fighting games. Not only that, because like people know the timings. So picking a Jekko and doing like an endless string, yeah, that wins your tournament. But not everyone can do that. And it's also like a question about risk versus reward, like by far. Because if you have like a high risk and the reward is marginally better, you're not playing that usually. Like, usually, again. Because it's not worth it. Why like if you have a chance to fuck up and lose the match, why would you play a character that basically has a like, say you have like a character that because of like input or something like that, like a little fuck up deals 30% less damage, but has like a 10% higher ceiling than any other character. Let's make it smaller because 10% is a large margin. Let's say like 5%, right? People tend to pick the lower risk option because it's more consistent. Same with speedrunning. Like, of course, world records are like won by the risky strats. Definitely. Like sometimes, right? If a strat is risky in a speedrun and you're thinking about using it, it's like a gamble. Either it works or it doesn't. You can train to make it more consistent, but like you could also run the strat that is like a little bit slower and get good on that first and not run the risky strat. Same with everything else, with my Dark Souls runs. Same example. I never would have, like, before I learned that it's like Kaylark is like a loser. I'm still making fun of her. That Kaylark is like such a weak ass. I would have like never thought about going Kaylark as like my second or third boss. But since I started to know that, of course I did that, because it's like way easier than in that way. You fumble a little bit on Kaylark, you chill a bit down there, you run in a circle, you hit her, and you gain 40,000 souls because this discharges a gimmick boss that you can beat at level 1 without any problems. You know what I mean? It's like when you feel more comfortable, of course you're starting to do riskier shit. Main reason why I never did the skip on the in Orlando, because I would need to train it first. I need to find out how it works before I start doing like random jumps off balconies. It's like, of course it's faster. Of course you don't need to fight the painting guardians on the rails up there in the sky. But if I do that, there's a chance I fall, and then I take longer than like walking 5 steps. And I'd rather walk 5 steps on a run where I just do it in one stream regardless, than like falling, dying, and repeating everything again. Maybe not doing the run in one stream. That's like my main thing. That, like when I do a run like this. And that's about consistency. Same with like painting. Of course I could do like very precise paint jobs and do like very risky shit. But this is like a playing figure, not a model piece that is like super crazy. If I want to like have a display piece like a dragon, I would like think differently. But this guy, dude, like that. Oops. This is the distance where you will see it, right? That is like the distance you will see it at. You're not seeing it like this. Of course, there's small imperfections, right? Everything has small imperfections, and we are getting these imperfections out, but like it's not like, oh, I need to have it entirely perfect, otherwise it's not worth my time. You need to know what's worth it and what's not worth it, and that's the main thing. I need him to dry for a few seconds before I go further. In the meantime, we can do something else, which is funny. Let's do some... So I've got this cave thing for like a very long time, and it's okay at best. It lacks a little bit of like gravitas. And we haven't done it in a long time, so we are doing it for the lulz. We are dry brushing this thing. So as you may have noticed, I've dry brushed less and less and less, because dry brushing for army painting is super good. Collected a little bit of dust, that's bad. Dry brushing for dry brushing for army painting is generally considered a very good tactic to get some detail in, but like doing it by hand is just better for like higher detailed models. So what we're doing is we're getting a little bit of gray. Doing this. See that, like, okay, you cannot see that, but let's give this poor bastard a little bit of like lighter grays, so he's not so depressingly dark. I've watched a video of a YouTuber who made the claim, the ridiculous claim, that The Boys comic is better than the show. Now, let me tell you something about The Boys comic before I say my opinion on that piece. The Boys comic is ass. The Boys comic is so ass, and you realize that the only reason it exists is because the poor guy who needed to paint it and needed to write it was basically forced to do so. Garth Ennis was like absolutely like, not into superheroes and he hates superheroes, and he made that very clear. And they still said, make this, please. So he made his own superhero thing, right? And The Boys got made. And The Boys, in theory, very cool universe, very cool ideas. So what are The Boys? Before I go into like the show and comic. So The Boys is basically, in the comics, a CIA organization to keep superheroes in check. So their job is, superheroes are corrupt, so we are sending these guys out, and they are putting them back in line, so we don't have a problem with superheroes in general, right? So we get them under control again. That's the basic idea of The Boys. Very simple concept, right? Cannot fuck that. You cannot fuck it up that hard. So what do The Boys do? So what the writer did was like, okay, let's make this like basically like shock porn. So like every scene is like every super is corrupt, everyone, right? Now, it's not like in this show. The show is like, okay, it tries to redeem characters and stuff like that. The show's more character based. The comic too. But like to a degree where like every character is bad. Just everyone is like horrible in general. There's like no one good, no one bad. Like there's no good person except for Huey, who's the main character, right? And Butcher and Homelander in the comics are the villains. They're like very much the villains. They're not the heroes, and Butcher's not like in the show the main character, right? So yeah, Huey joins The Boys at the start of the comic because his girlfriend got killed, and after that he he gets like more and more into heinous shit, gets to know a superhero called Starlight. They fall in love. They keep that a secret, that they're like basically in the opposing organizations and stuff like that. But every super is like a predator, a corrupt man, a rapey guy, or like any kind of hedonist, basically, right? Like from very, very, very bad guys to very, 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 very horrible guys. Everything is like right there for the taking for the soups, right? Very, very bad. Bad people all around. That's what I want to say. So that's what the soups are. And the soups, they are... every soup is like either like masturbating or like doing other crazy shit, like in the comic. Like you see so many like people like jerking it's like crazy. And then like you have like these characters like murder them very brutally, very, very brutally, and they're called the heroes or like the good guys because, well, the soups are bad, right? That's what the entire thing is. And then I would spoil now the ending of the comics. So Homelander is like a bad guy, right? And don't listen to like for like 20 seconds. And then it turns out that he never was a bad guy, and Black Noir, the guy who never talked, is a Homelander clone, and they kill each other at the end. And Butcher, well, Homelander gets killed, and then Black Noir murders Homelander because he was a crazy psycho. Which, by the way, how I got my evil profile picture on Reddit. If you ever see me on Reddit, under the same handle, I have like an evil neuro thing from like the crazy Black Noir panel. But yeah, and then like at the very end, again, another spoiler for like 15 seconds. Butcher basically kills the boys to get rid of all the supers and wants to like start a super apocalypse, but then like Huey stops him and kills him because Butcher provokes him into killing him, getting like a last time of like control over Huey, which is like a through line through the entire comic. and then like Butcher dies as well, and Huey and Starlight kiss, and that's the end of the boys. That's like the entire story. And then it's like one prequel chapter where like Butcher is like getting the offer to like do something about it, and when he meets like Huey from his perspective, that's like basically also another chapter. And yeah, very, very, very depressing comic. Very, very edgy 14-year-old humor. I don't know how many times there's like insults for gay people and stuff like that. And yeah. And now the comics are very different from the show. Let's get that clear. Like the comics of the boys never were like very similar to the show. Season 1 a bit, but not very much. Because Becky lives for a very long time. And Ryan does not exist as a character, because Ryan, spoiler, without knowing the ending, but they will do the Black Noir scene where like Black Noir kills Homelander at the end, because he's the Homelander clone in the comics. But they will do the same thing with Ryan, where he kills Homelander in the end. And then like either Butcher will kill Ryan, like he did with Black Noir, because he realizes, no, his life is not precious, he will be another Homelander. Because he will be praised as like a new god or something like that, and then he will like be murdered as well. Similar to Black Noir, just like to retcon this as well. Or, since Black Noir hasn't spoken, they do the clone storyline again because they don't know how to fucking end this. There's like 3 episodes left, and they are not anywhere where it like makes logical sense to end it, because they reset everything again. Yeah. And I don't know if we got to the storyline where like Butcher, because like since they are not working for the CIA, Butcher does not have like sex every like 5 issues with the head of the CIA calling her like her like herself, and him calling her a stupid whore. Sorry for the language, but that's like what they say in the comic. He will not do like the new super virus, which is like worked on by the CIA as like a superhuman nuke. I think they will like he will have the recipe, and that's why he will kill him in the end, because Butcher is a villain. Again, he is a villain. Also in the show, he is a villain. He's not a hero. He never was. He's a fucking bastard. But yeah, I think that the ending will be very similar, where like Huey and Starlight live together and everything is fine. But yeah, they murdered my boy Huey, like in season 2 already. So like I watched that video where like the guy's like trying to explain how like the comics are better. And the comics have better characterization for like some characters. For example, again, Huey in the comics is like 20 times better than the show, because Huey in the show is just like comedic relief, because they wanted to like push Huey down the line of like killing fast in the show, and I agree with that. Like they said that in the video, and that so like I was like, okay, because I'm like skeptical with opinions, so I'm listening to like stuff I don't agree with. Absolutely, right? I wanna listen to it. I wanna hear the opinion. Some people use it as outrage stuff and then like start discussions for engagement bait, but I'm like sitting there, okay, yeah, guy has a point. But like Huey gets like way too early on the path of like killing people in the show, so like I agree on that. But like everything else, like Homelander, I feel like Homelander is way better at like doing what he does in the show than in the comics. I hate how they revised Homelander as like a victim. Like at the end, right? It ends with like Homelander, like Butcher saying to Homelander that like he was turned into a maniac on accident. No. The stuff that he thought he did, sure, was not his fault. Like he was blackmailed, right? But like all the other stuff, letting people fall to their deaths, destroying the airplane, doing stuff like that, that is his fault. Like there's no like, oh, Homelander did not mean it that way. It's like, no, he absolutely, he's a horrible person. He's a horrible, horrible person. Right? So like it's like, yeah, I agree in some parts, but I would not call, the show is not perfect. The show has like many flaws, especially after like season 3. I think season 4 is like ass. Season 3 is also not perfect. I think the only good thing about like all of the seasons is like Soldier Boy getting in there. I think the Soldier Boy Black Noir stuff is like very good. But like everything else, like so much stuff, especially season 2's Stormfront storyline with like the memes, dude. Oh my god, why do that, right? That is like, I cannot rewatch it. I find it so cringe. But like, I hate how they turned Homelander, and I say that like with like 100% honesty. They made like Homelander like basically superhero Trump, and I don't like it. It's too on the nose. It's way too much on the nose. And the funny thing is, people still don't understand it. But hey, like people still say like, oh yeah, that Homelander guy has some right points. And I'm like, dude, he's talking like Trump and he's supposed to be Hitler. Let's be real here, right? But I think it has become too much. I think Homelander being like where he was in the meantime, where it's like, okay, superheroes are better than normal humans. Like that he has like that superiority angle, which is like, he would not be like entirely wrong there. Right? Superheroes, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, no, superheroes are better than normies, but superheroes are like humans plus. They are. Like in universe they are. Right? That's fine. And I think the superiority angle works very well. But it's not working with like the right-wing angle. I think that is like stupid. I think that's too much of a criticism, and like on, well, it's like not on actual politics, but it's like not strawmanning. That sounds like I'm defending Trump, which is like wrong. But I think like generalizing Homelander to like a Trump thing makes it like very cheap. It's like a very cheap shot, right? There's way better like ways to dismantle the line of thinking these people have than like to say, oh, he just says exactly the same that like Trump says, right? There's just better ways. I don't know how to say it, right? He reminds me of a clown. No, I would be wrong. I find clowns funny. I don't find him funny. That would speak to some charisma that guy, that like ape does not have. And that is an insult to all the apes. I'm very sorry, apes. Don't call me an apesist. I just love clowns. I have to say this. I know many people don't like clowns, and I have to say that so many times because I'm one of the people who loves clowns and mimes. I find them very entertaining. I don't know why. They have something about them that I find really entertaining. I really like going to like when I'm like at like medieval or fantasy fairs or Renaissance fairs, whatever. Yeah. An alliance he doesn't want to be part in because we didn't have him attack a country. The defensive alliance that doesn't want to attack people. How dare they? But enough about that. But like, it's like I find it funny that like I love like going to jester shows. I love going to like everyone who like is like doing entertainment, physical entertainment. Good clowns, dude. Good clowns are so funny. I love good clowns. A good clown show can get a very big chuckle out of me. I think my brother and his girlfriend realized how much I love entertainment in terms of like very simplistic. Because I just love the joys of like someone trying to be like entertaining with like his own body, right? It's like funny. I can laugh about that. Very much so. I love when like some people I love absurdism, which is why I love clowns. It's like very, very funny to me. We were like on a fair, and then there was like an electronic puppet of like a clown who was like just like going ho 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 ho. And I found that funny. I don't know why. I see a clown, I see him laugh, I see him doing stupid shit, and I'm like laughing. It's like it's just a joy, you know. Clowns are joyous to me. I don't know. I think people find them creepy because of the makeup, which I get, and then like people find them creepy because we made them ourselves creepy with like all the clown stuff. It's like so stupid. Have you tried looking into a mirror? So I had to. Dude, I am a clown myself. Why do you think like actually like 100%? Why do you think in Lies of P I picked like the clown nose? It's like well it was like a reindeer nose, right? But like making it like a clown nose and stuff like that, I find it funny. I find it ridiculous. It's absurdism. It's like, dude, there's like a puppet guy. There's like Pinocchio coming with a clown nose, and he rips you apart with like a gun blade. The fuck is going on, dude? Yeah, the 2017 clown wave was like stupid. That is like one of the stupidest things that ever have existed. And I hate people for doing that. Scaring people on the street for internet cloud. Doing shit in general for internet cloud. Where like other people get like just like disturbed in like their moments, you know. In terms of like crashing stuff or like again going to like an event where like people want to have a good time, right? Where they're like, oh yeah, I'm going there on my time. I just want to have a good time, and like making it like bad for everyone just so you get like a few updudes and like I don't know your 50 euros of like internet cloud money is like assholeish and selfish, and I think there should be like actually like bigger punishments for shit like this. And I'm very happy I say that, and I know that's like a lot of people who watch that shit, and I will not make many friends with like statements like these, but I'm very happy that like that one guy who's like in Japan right now and needs to like goes to prison now because he like meant to like do shit to a Buddhist temple or something like that, or like a Taoist temple. Like to basically to a temple, right? And do like stupid shit, or disturb the one guy, the black dude who like disturbs Japanese workers and stuff like that. They deserve what they get like as a punishment. Definitely, 100% step behind it. You can find that entertaining to like crash into another country, but like if you disturb the peace, that's your own fault. And if you do not know the difference between like behaving and being civil and like having fun, but like having everyone involuntarily need to have fun with you is like, it's like an awful thing. Same with like the stupid, like back in the day, the Harlem Shake crowds, where you were like, oh my god, I saw like a Harlem Shake flash mob. It's so shitty. It was like so ass. There was like one guy, it was like in Cologne. I went like through the streets, and then like all of a sudden like 15 people started dancing and doing the Harlem Shake, and it's just ass. Hi, Shadow. So yeah, it's like I'm just like not a big fan of like these like flash mob style crowds. Not the biggest fan. So at the moment we're dry brushing a little bit on like a cave entrance. I need to make it a little bit more indirect lighting, otherwise you don't see it because it's so shiny. At the moment, I'm like, again, like dry brushing a cave. We will switch over to my model again. I needed to wait for it to like dry a bit. At the moment, I'm like painting an antagonist. 1 second. An antagonist of one of my Pathfinder campaigns. So we're like working on the mini. This is a cave entrance. So this is just a cave entrance for like tabletop RPGs. Just so I have like a cave entrance for like encounter arena building. And to explain dry brushing again, to dry brush basically it's like you take a big brush like this, put a little bit of like color on it, as little as you can, have it be basically dry, and then you go like basically like a makeup brush, you go over it and very lightly, and it gives like highlights on like the area you want to stick it to. So basically if you look here, right, if you think about this like this, it was gray before and now it has like these like whiter highlights. This part here has like whiter highlights. It's like very, very like, you just put a little bit more focus on the light, so it looks more like actual stone, you know, and not just like random boulders or like just a gray item, you know. So like we just like highlight a little bit here, just so it looks better if I set it up. So basically, if like, just to like show it, if you have like the figure stand here, right, it just looks like it enters a cave instead of like, oh, there's like a cave drawn on a piece of paper. And usually like during the drawing streams, the painting streams for minis, I take my 3D printed minis. I have like 2 3D well, in all honesty, I have 4 3D printers, but 2 of which I actively use at the moment. I print my own minis and then we like paint them. Usually for my Pathfinder campaigns. I did a little bit of Warhammer building. I also have like we have May the 4th. We could like build one Star Wars model actually, but that would like take a long time, I think, and I don't want to stream for that long today. Like here in Germany, it's 8 p.m. So yeah, I need to go to work tomorrow, so I'm a working class man. So yeah, other than that, other than like penning, we were talking about The Boys earlier. We were talking, I don't know, no, we didn't talk really about Invincible. Again, like, the problem with Invincible is I hate talking about it because since reading the comic like in its entirety before I even watched the show, it's like you know so much about it and you like stuff accidentally slips. It just happens so regularly, so I'm not talking about Invincible. Need a bit more color. But yeah, we are also, again, like going to the model in a few minutes. I'm just like getting this like coating across this model. I remember just like thinking about it right now. I don't know why, like sometimes there's like these intrusive thoughts about like my past, right? It's like, yo, remember the, like a Family Guy bit, right? It's like, hey Renee, remember the time? And it's like, oh yeah, I remember the time. You know what I thought about just now? There was like, I have like a very good friend, right? And she and I, we get along very, very well. Painted white and then dry brush rock colors, then watery silver bit of green. Yeah, I was like thinking about doing like green and like silver as well, to have like this like dry brush effect, to make it like a little bit watery. And like so like that friend and I, we like got along very well, or like get along very well, and she had like an ex, and back in the day they apparently found out what my YouTube channel was, and then they texted me even though like there was nothing going on. It was like, hi Shy 2002, and like they actually like texted me privately about like you destroyed my relationship, and I was like, dude, I don't know who you are. I did not know that person. It was like really weird, and like again, there was like nothing, like there was like only platonic like friendship. There was nothing going on. Never, like over the last 15 years or something like that. Just good friendship. It was bizarre, especially like randomly having like that YouTube like message was like a bit weird. Okay, we keep it that way for the time being, and we're switching over to the model. So dry brush palette goes away, and we are going back to my captain. So we are still, oh hi, oh there's a magpie. I'm not doing anything magpie. There's like captain, the captain of the pirates. Oh. And the captain of the pirates is like doing his things, you know. He's like, he has like 2 sabers because he's like a fantasy character, so 2 weapons are cool. We need to find out a few colors. First of all, I know his skin tone, but I don't know what his like pants and his chest will be. They need to be different colors. His hair will be black. He has like very tan skin, so we keep that. Like we will tan it, of course, with like very, very tan skin colors. And we need to like paint the pants. Yeah, I was thinking that, or as you suggested with the green, because like to like Tarbarus Law, he's like the head of a pirate organization called the Snakehead Pirates, and he uses poisoned weaponry and stuff like that. So it's like going with like snake aesthetics would be not that bad. I wanted to give him like that like black and faux gold coat that is like, or like dark gray, because it just looks good in contrast. But like with the inner colors, we are like free. The boots. No. That is like too much. That is like a bit too poppy from the colors. Like we should, at least with a shirt, we can like go a little bit crazy, but not too much. He should not look like he wears like a Hawaiian shirt. Like that's a bit too much. That's too much contrast. I think the pants and the shirt need like definitely like two colors, and they should not be a grayscale tone. I was thinking, what about, just like as an idea, very like navy blue, like dark blues, like the sea, you know? At least for like one part. And the other one, a very dark green would be very good, you know? But the problem is, if we do blue pants, it looks like jeans. And that's not good. I don't want him to look like he's wearing some jeans, you know? So yeah. The second one is printed but not assembled. I have it in a box. We would need to do that as well at some point, because I'm putting you on hold for that for a very long time. Let's try the blue strat, and I need my finer brush. Make it wet. Make it wet. Oh, this is very thin. This is bad. Let's see. I have ideas. I have better ideas. Let this dry. I have a better idea. We're taking the blue pants. And we do a whiter linen shirt. I think that fits. Yeah, I think we do that. We do that for the contrast. I know, again, I said something against the blue pants because jeans, but I have an idea. I think I'm having a brain blast. But yeah, the second gunblade again is like printed, but only in parts. I need to assemble it. I need to glue it. I need to make a few things to let it make it look good. Gary gave me a few ideas, and like the green got me to the dark blue, and the dark blue got me to the blue pants, and the blue pants got me to the linen shirt. I think we're cooking here. I will keep the darker tones, so it's not exaggerated when it comes to like, again, I don't want to have it like be, oh, this guy is wearing jeans. He's not a jeans-wearing man, you know. Because now we let it dry a bit, and then... oh boy. Let us start with very bright brownish colors. That is light flesh, no. This is ivory. Ivory is our lightest color. Again, I'm always against using pure black or white. Because it looks very unnatural. Buff. German yellow. Let's try with German yellow. I think that is a good color. I'm shaking my bottle. Look, I'm shaking. I need to get the German yellow. That sounds also weird. That's nearly perfect for what I wanted. It's not as brown as I thought. I'm thinking about mixing some brown in, but I think like this like very bright yellow, it's not that bad. If the camera would focus, I would be very happy about that. Again, this looks like a little bit weird now, but trust the process. Like this looks like very, very sickly right now, like more like a green. But again, we trust the process, and we will. We believe. And now we wait for the color to dry so we can do a second coating. So yeah, we are going back to another color. We are going back to the blue because the blue now at the moment, if you look, it's very shiny. It looks like latex, which is a bit what I wanted. So I have like a little bit of a leathery effect. And now we are mixing this with the normal blue color that we have. Why do I do it like this? This is like blue. One drop of this. Mix the two. Make this like midnight blue out of this. Yes! That's the color I want to see. We're doing like the top part of the pants. We're doing that like a bit brighter blue. This is like fine. Again, we're like workshopping this a little bit. This is fine. Then we mix it again. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Now we're taking a little bit more German yellow, make a second coating on the top there, so it does not mix that much. Yes. Let him have this. So Again, we have like a very yellowish shirt right now. It looks like he had like very much mustard for dinner. There. But it will work itself out. Again, this will work. Let dry a bit. Because after this we go in with ivory and make it like whiter. And now we do the skin color. Jesus. Of course there's like a lot like still to do. We're not getting this done today, I think, in half an hour. But there's like still is that like tan skin? Cork brown. Just mix like two colors and hope that something. I think cork brown is like ideal. It is like more like a tan skin. Let's try cork brown. I believe in cork brown. I believe in the cork brown. Let's make this a little bit thinner. I don't trust this. This looks like thin enough, but yeah. Here comes the detailed work. If the camera would zoom in. Why do I have like two? Why do I have two tips of my brush? Okay. I mean, a rogue trader is basically a pirate captain in space. Let's be real. The commissar, not that much. Color-wise, maybe, but that comes from like the cloak, right? Like the duster. We need to wait a few, like, for like this brown, I need a few layers, I think. Since it like covers very well, doesn't cover very well. Why do I say wary? I'm not a furry. Ew, ew. I have to say it's crazy how good. Agree, you are no furry, you are a femboy. No, bro, I'm everything but a fucking femboy. Holy shit, you have seen me. I'm not looking like a femboy. I would agree, like actually agree that like sometimes I can be a bit feminine in like certain aspects. I'm 100% agreeing with that. But like I'm not a femboy. Being like especially like I have to say this. Being a femboy, way too much work. Remember when I did the stream with a pink wig and the cat ears, and the guy came in and called me a femboy and asked me if I was like a 30-something chubby femboy, and then I said no, and he like started ranting for half an hour that he was annoyed that there's no chubby 30-plus femboys, and I was like, dude, what? You know, if that's what the issues are of the modern people, then I think we don't have many issues. I'd say like this, we have like other issues that could be more important, but we put focus on if I'm a femboy or not. Now we're getting the ebony in. The ivory, I mean. Ebony. Ebony would be exactly the opposite of what I want. A little of white. Dude knows what he likes. Fat man ass. Yeah, I mean, that's like fine, right? Like, to each their own. I'm like 100% supporting that, dude. If you wanna like bang a fat man but pretend it's a woman because you're shy about your homosexuality, that's fine. Right? And if you want to bang a man because you want to bang a man, that's also fine. I'm supporting everyone who wants to do this. Like, I want to do that too, but like, no, just like saying, you know, like it's like I don't know. It's like I don't know why these people come into my. I mean, I'm a Lovio streamer. It's like my job to like filter out these people, right? That's like my duty to the streaming community is getting these people in my chat so they are not going to bigger streamers, you know. And if they are going to bigger streamers, they are getting filtered out there. My position is to get these people and keep them here, you know. That's my job. But it's like always the same problem. It's like the same with the guy with the Russian propaganda, or the other guy who wanted to like have me talk about like how simping culture, like my opinion on simping culture, and like being like incels, stuff like that. It's like, dude, I don't just have like one opinion on that, and that is like they're all horrible. I don't want to interact with them. And you can do that. I don't have a problem with that. Otherwise, I would tell you if I have a problem with that or if it starts becoming a problem. It's like the same problem with everything else. Right? It's like when I say no, it means no, basically. Right? Because like if it's like the same with like it's like the same with like someone coming into my stream and wanting me to do something else. It's like, why are you here? You know what I mean? It's like, you know what content I do. It's like that one guy coming in and like when I was like streaming, was it The Search? And then like, yeah, do something else. And I'm like, no, bro, this is not the stream for this. And like a no is a no, you know what I mean? And it's not bad to say no. It's like absolutely fine. Like if you're not comfortable with something, you say no. Like I don't wanna ever do the thing again where like the guy bot rated me. Do you remember that one? In Baldur's Gate? Where he like rated me with like 150 bots and spammed my channel and tried to like extort like money basically out of me. That was like a weird stream, and I stopped streaming there because I was like, no, I don't know what to do here. And I was actually, I have to admit in hindsight, I was actually afraid. Like I was actually afraid that they would come back. And do a backflip, Nurogo. Yeah, that was like one crazy stream where like the guy bot rated me and spammed my channel and was like, yeah, what if you get to 150? Because I just like, the guy was like probably like lurking, and I talked about like, which is why I didn't do the follower goals in the end, where I said, okay, I will build like 3 small dioramas and do a raffle and see who wants to have that, right? Like 1 Digimon, 1 Dark Souls, and 1 other diorama, right? Where it's like, I wanted to do that, and I didn't do it in hindsight because the guy came in and basically ruined it for everyone, because he was like, okay, I will get you to 150 followers, but I want to get money for that. And I was like, no, I can think about something else if you get me like legitimately followers. And he just spammed me with bots. And then he said like, yeah, you promised me money. And I was like, no, I didn't do that. And then like the stream revolved around this guy trying to like spam my chat. And that was awful. That was like the most awful streaming day I had. Exactly. Like, and I felt awful on that day. I have to say that. Like in hindsight, it's like over a year ago, way over a year ago. It's like 2 years ago. In hindsight, I felt awful on that day. I really felt bad because I was like, dude, I'm just here playing Baldur's Gate. I just want to be like doing a fun no weapons run. I just want to have like a good time doing like fun dialogue choices, right? Be a funny guy, like chill talk, right? I'm not doing this like as like, what I'm doing is not malicious or something like that, right? It's like, oh, I'm just chilling here with like the boys, right? During the evening hours, talking and mad shit, you know? And the guy comes in and ruins it for everyone, and I hated that. I think in hindsight, again, this was like the worst stream I've ever had. And I had bad streams. The stream, if you remember that one stream, bad Dragon follower goal when, I don't know. Remember that one stream where I like went AFK and then like I was not there for like over an hour because I fell asleep? That was also a stream that happened because that was like I was super sleep deprived on that day and decided, okay, I'm just gaming, and then I fell asleep. Yeah, that was a bad stream, but I wouldn't rank it as bad as like that one where the guy came in with like the bots. I think that was worse. Yeah, that was a truly old man moment. Like, that was like also not a great idea to stream on that day. I have to be honest there. Which is why I'm like at the moment happy with the Wednesday and Monday schedule, because at the moment, like, I have to say, I have time on Monday, I have time on Wednesday. Thursday is now the day where I need to work longer every week. So yeah, I just cannot do anything on Thursday. I'm like spent after every Thursday. I just can't. And the times I can stream Thursday, I usually have like a week off. And then like there's the day off, you know. I don't know what happened there. And then you have like the weekend streams, and the weekend streams are the weekend streams. If I have time, like last week, like on 3 weekend days. Friday was Pathfinder. Saturday was Pathfinder. Sunday I was preoccupied with something else. That's not like of the stream's concern. And if I play Pathfinder, that has way more priority. Way more priority. And I'm not trying to like squeeze a stream before like a session into it. That is like gay. And you have like the if I don't have time on the weekend, I'm not streaming. Like, I'm only if I'm doing and streaming something. Like, it's not, oh, I need to stream, I need to talk to people. Especially if I see like people the entire weekend. Like, bro, what is happening with my brush? What is happening with this color here? Can I please have a sharp brush? Is it this hard to get this like a little line? Take a little color, we do like a little drop of water on it. Do a little color. And then like a paintbrush. I mean, I've only seen the back of the man, right? And I've only seen like his stature in general. And I know he seems to be quite tall, like a little bit taller than me. But yeah, I would bang the man, definitely. If he were gay, sure. But I think, to this day, still think he's dating Minnie in secret. I think that's his girlfriend. But that's just my guess. Not assuming something, it just seems like that. So yeah, facial details, hooray. My favorite. Need to let it dry a little bit. What else can we paint? We can paint the leathers. But yeah, regardless of that, I'm at the moment actually doing something on my 3D printer. I'm building a bridge. Modular bridge. To make them, to make my players be able to have actual bridges. Hooray. At the moment I'm not like as bothered about the tiles we have, but more about the verticality, that we can display that properly, because that is like the biggest issue I found in like, well, the most common question in counter building is like height differences, so I need to water this way down, dude. This is way too much, like, for covering. I want to, like, glaze this. I hate this. I don't know why my fingers are not able to hold an item. At some point they just stop. Do I have like, I don't know, a neurological sickness or something like that? Because I would not be like surprised at this point. If I hold items, at some point my brain just says, okay, do this. I don't know why. My brain just says, okay, time to quit, bro. But yeah, all in all, we're making progress. This does not look as bad as it did before. I know the head looks like awful right now, but we're working on that. And we need to work a little bit on the gold trim again, because I, for whatever reason, decided to paint over that. But yeah, it's like when we have like when you have like these characters, it's just like at some point you need like a little quick break, otherwise you go insane. Though like we have like 10 minutes of stream left, so I'm not doing this like forever. So we're using those 10 minutes well. We're taking a little bit more ivory and then like finish at least the shirt today. I think I let the rest dry, because at the moment it doesn't make sense. I'm losing concentration after 2 hours. It's just like, I don't know, with a work day before. Like, if we do this on, I planned to do this on Sunday's Mother's Day. But it depends when I'm coming home from my mom. If I come home early, we will do another art stream. I don't know if we do miniature art or if I will finish this on my own. Like, if I finish this on my own, I will put it. Since we have now on our Discord, we have a Plastic Crack channel. I will post finished miniatures over there when they are done. So before they go into my display case over to my left. So yeah, every miniature we now finish will end over in their channel, and you can use that channel to post your own Plastic Crack, stuff like that. Anyways, there was 2.5 hours of painting this one mini, like more than that. We will be back with content on Wednesday. On Wednesday we will play Pokemon. And when we're done with the Wednesday stream, I leave my options open because I have 2 Pathfinder sessions this week again, and one session on Sunday is Mother's Day. So it depends on how long I'm at my mother's. Then we either play Pokemon or we go into a little bit more mini painting. I don't know which one. I will decide on the spot. Probably though, because for mini painting I need to like rebuild my entire thing. Except if I start using my spare microphone. Then I just needed to like move my camera from one place to another. But with my if I use my AT microphone, then we could do I could keep the setup and just like get streams done quicker with painting. But we will see. I want to do a second painting stream. I don't know if I do drawing. Or on Sunday we could also do a shorter stream and do a little bit of world building for my next campaign setting. I would be open for that as well. We just need to like do a bit of creative writing and maybe a little bit of drawing in there. You know, maybe some map building, that would be interesting. I have a theme, I have an idea, I have like stuff written already. But we can do a little bit of like deeper lore and stuff like that, because I would be willing for that. Like, just like to take like suggestions, basically like do like a whiteboard scenario where you like spitball ideas and see what sticks. But yeah, I'm heading off now. This has been nearly 3 hours. I thank you for watching. I need to clean the shit up and need to do some other stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Is there someone to raid? Let's see who's online. Who is online? Okay, no. Following, who's on? Xenos is on, and other than that, nobody's on. That makes me sad. Good, then there will be no raid, because raiding into someone, yeah, doesn't make sense. Yeah, see you around. Thank you for watching. See you on Wednesday. Again, Pokemon time. If something changes, I will post it on the Discord. Same time as today. I forgot to post the weekly thing. I'm working on the on making this like a little bit more, a little bit better than the post every week in the announcement channel. But we will see each other. Have a good one. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.